It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Hello. Well, you're missed, Eliza. But good luck on your mission. I don't know what kind of mission, but good luck. I don't know what to talk about. I'm in a weird mood today.
She would tell you what the mission is, but then the show would have to self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Oh no, none of that. Your mission, if you choose to accept it. Hi, Chrissy. How you doing today? How's your floors coming along? I'm getting a new keychain today. It's the little things in life that just make me happy. I know it's weird. I'll show you guys when it comes in. Which means I have a keychain for hubby to use now. I know. It's weird. Oh, I should have got new locks when I got the Roku. We got a new TV yesterday. Well, new to us. Still working on them? Are you still need money? Do you still need the monies? Do we need to repost the monies thing? Because we can. Need to do the kitchen part now. Okay. We got a new TV from my mom that she got from a friend that was in her friend's storage unit. And it's like the size bigger than the one we have in the living room. So we're going to put the one in the living room into the girls' room. Okay, cool. Not cool, but now I know what's going on. And we don't have, it's not a Roku TV. So we need to get a Roku stick for it. So I ordered one for today. But now we have to figure out how to get them. We're going to have to call my stepfather, I think, because I think we're going to need special tools to hang it up. Just the way it is. Goodness gracious. I haven't bought a TV in years. The last one I bought was the one in my bedroom. It was years and years ago. It's a Roku TV. It's small though. I like it. It's a good enough size. Sometimes the big ones make stuff look weird. Like less, I don't know, not as nice. Too real. It's too real. It makes it look like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I went shopping yesterday and my legs hurt because I'm a wimp. I got to turn music on. Oh, I just shook the whole, sorry. I just shook my whole desk with my knee. It didn't hurt though. Weird. So Chrissy, next week I'm starting makeup table on Wednesday at 6:30 or 7. Yeah, 6:30. 6:30 to 7:30. So that's 5:30 to 6:30 for you. I am so boring. All I've done is play Minecraft. And, you know, just regular stuff. Nothing exciting's really happened this week. Except for the TV. We got a new TV. Well, new to us. We don't have much that isn't secondhand. But that's okay. As long as it works or I like it, I don't care. We need a new deep freeze. I don't know how we're going to do that. We got this deep freeze years ago. I think before the oldest was born. Just before the oldest was born. And it's a big chest freezer. And we got that second hand and it's just now dying, which is more than 22 years. 21, more than 21 years. But they're expensive. They're like buying a used car expensive. So I don't know what we're going to do. Okay, Wednesday, when I had to walk away. You had to go away for a second when I said that? That's okay. I understand. I'm seriously considering crawling back into bed. I have a whole bunch of new stuff that I need to do anyways. I have new ears that I haven't worn yet. They're huge. I mean, absolutely huge. When I put them on my wish list, I didn't realize how big they were. And I did get them for Christmas from somebody. And I put them on, I'm like, these things are huge. So I've kind of got to put the look together for that one. I'm also trying to figure out what to do on Friday nights. If anybody's interested in Friday, because nobody seems to be interested in gaming with Vixie, which is fine. I'm not taking it personally. I think it's boring watching people play video games anyway. So I don't blame anybody. But I got to figure out what to do on Friday nights if we want to do a Friday night. If we want to do Vixie or we want to play a game or what. I'm sorry I'm boring today. I don't know what to talk about. Which I know is weird, but no stories are popping into my head. No, nothing. It happens sometimes, people. I'm telling you. Let me in. I'm knocking. I don't see you. Do you see me? Did I give you the wrong link? Hubby, can you double check the link in the Discord channel for me? My nose itches. Maybe. I don't see you in my green room.
They are the same as the WhatsApp link which I used to get up here.
Okay.
It's the one in the chatterbox. It's not in the coffee house board. It's in the chatterbox room.
Yeah, it's in the chatterbox. I haven't, because we don't have as many people as we used to. You even redid it. You're not. I don't know. Come on, universe. Let Chrissy come up and talk to me. Helium is discovered in northern Minnesota. There you are. I see you now. I see you. Go cluck yourself. That's cute.
Thank you. I have to go with my dad, so if my dad pops up, I have to get off.
Okay.
I
understand.
I gotta go sign paperwork.
Paperwork?
Yeah. For a child.
Oh.
Yeah.
I understand. I'd get my ducks in a row to go to court to get guardianship of my daughter.
But what we're doing is voluntary, so we all gotta get the court involved.
Oh, okay.
It's voluntary caregiver. So still be mine legally.
Yeah. Well, that will be helpful.
Yeah.
That will be helpful because then other things can be looked into.
And I no longer have Medicaid.
Oh.
It ended yesterday. I'm fighting for it, so I don't have I don't have a provider. But
that's a little scary.
Yeah, well, I paid my niece for the month of March. So I'll have her for the month of March. But if my Medicaid doesn't get picked back up before April, I'll be without.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is absolutely crazy.
It's a thing we got in touch, so that's why I was able to pay her that way. So I basically paid her what she would have made for the month, which is like $2,000 or close to it. But gotta do what I gotta do. So
yeah.
People were like,
I can't tell you how many times people have told me and hubby to divorce.
yeah, that's what they tell us, but my husband doesn't even want to do that because he doesn't even want to lie and say he doesn't live here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I really don't want to pay for a divorce.
Yeah, no kidding.
Who can afford that shit?
A wedding was a lot, so.
Even when it's mutually acceptable to do it, you know, we're not fighting over anything, blah, 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 blah. It's still really expensive. It's unreal.
It's ridiculous.
Now, I know you can fight. Now, one thing that you can fight, here's a little loophole for any of you who don't know this. When you get married, you can legally change your name. And it doesn't cost anything extra. whoever's getting married, doesn't matter who, girl, boy, girl, boy, whatever, doesn't matter. If one of you want to change your name, you can. But if you're not getting married and you want to change your name, you have to spend over 4 times as much money. So a lot of people to change their names, because we're in a day and age where people are like, I don't like my birth name.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. I don't like it. I'm changing my name. And so if you go to court for it, you just have to say it costs this much for a marriage license, which around here is like $100.
Yeah.
Ish.
It was
I think it was 90 when we got married, but it's had to gone up.
I think my marriage license was 50 or 75.
Yeah. It's usually about 70 in the United States. That's the average.
75.
But you can no court is going to deny you it. Yeah. If you want to change your name, don't give up. Just go tell the court, look, this is how much for a marriage license. You know.
So my profile saying my husband's last name, but I have legally never changed my last name. I still carry my maiden name. But my son has both of our names, because I had my son before we got married. And, I asked my son if he wanted to drop my last name and keep my husband, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't know I like having both.
You hyphenated?
Yeah, he is hyphenated. But I think he likes having both because I still carry my maiden name and my husband.
That makes sense. Like, I changed mine. I didn't care.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I changed mine is because somebody's taking me to do it. I don't drive and we have to go.
I don't drive. I haven't I drove for like 2 years in my 20s. I stopped.
Yeah. So I live in a small town outside of San Antonio. We don't have public transportation where I live.
Yeah, so I understand that too.
I have to go into San Antonio for public transportation. So I live like 30 minutes away from the city. So.
And for those of you on any kind of government assistance,
yeah.
If you have busing systems, because I've lived in plenty of places that don't, okay? But if there is a busing system, most of the time they will give you a free bus pass once a month for a 30-day bus pass, and you can get on and off the bus as much as you want. So if you didn't know that, go to your bus terminal and check it out.
Well, even the transport come this far out. I have to make it the highway. Like, for them, they want me to meet them like 15 minutes away from my house.
Do you get medical transport?
Yeah.
Okay, because I use that sometimes.
So if I can make it 15 minutes from my house by someone giving me a ride, they just take me to the doctor themselves.
Yeah.
So it's useless.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I don't even have medical transportation no more because I don't have Medicaid. So what Medicaid said I could deal with, what we're trying to deal, is I could qualify for my physical disability. And it won't be income-based.
Yeah, it really should be.
But I have to wait for all that to go through because I have to go get a medical evaluation.
Of course.
Of
course.
Yeah, so
those are stuck.
So
when I got my disability, I had to go through like 5 different medical evaluations, and 2 of them were just a joke.
Yeah, so
it was just a joke.
I've been waiting for that since the middle of January.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone all day yesterday. They were like, call here, call here, call here. Everybody kept telling me to call someone else.
Oh, I hate that.
So I was on the phone from 8 a.m. to 12, and I still got nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
So it's like
my mom always says, don't you have caseworkers for you and the kids? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I have a case.
I do. I'm sure I do. You just can't get a hold of them.
Yeah, so they told me this lady was my caseworker. I called her and she said, no, I'm not your caseworker. This lady's the caseworker.
Mm-hmm.
So I called that lady. That lady didn't even answer. And I have my case manager's number. So I called her and she didn't even answer.
Now, at the Social Security office, I had this caseworker. Who had all three of us. And she was cool, but she could only do so much because she's in Social Security, not Medicaid.
Yeah. Well, I don't even have Social Security no more. They took that in June.
Yeah, because you make too much money. Your husband makes too much money.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. If hubby stays home and takes care of us disabled people, and people are like, why doesn't he have a job? Because if he got a job, we would make less money than we would with him not working.
My husband makes $100 too much to keep my benefit.
It's crazy.
I came to realize I had a self-esteem issue with that, and then I realized that taking care of my family is my job.
Yeah, it is.
You know. And then,
we talked it out. He got over it.
So I'm most likely going to look for a job at home, like a home job.
Yeah.
Because I am educated, so I can't work. I just can't drive and work. And I can't do like phone calls jobs because of my speech impediment.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get jobs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's a lot of jobs that I can do, but you need it. I don't have to write a degree for it.
Right.
And the degree I have, I don't want to do it. I have a teaching degree, but I don't want to teach anymore.
I so understand.
My son has killed
my kids destroyed me from that idea.
Yeah, like he has killed like my parents. I have no energy to use besides what I have for him.
Yes.
But I don't want to teach on it. I just don't. So I'm thinking about getting coding in billing, so like
medical billing coding.
So I can do it from home.
I started taking that class. I technically paid for my degree in that, and if I could find my books, I could probably still get it. But I never finished it because stuff kept happening in our lives. It just got crazy.
So it's $1,200 to get the course done, and it's 12 months. Mm-hmm. But they said they take payments. But I went to the division for the blind when I got my degree, and they paid for my schooling.
That's cool.
So technically, if I go to the again, they'll pay for this program. So that's my plan.
That's a good plan.
But
I like it. I support it.
Because if I have to go on my husband's insurance, we need the extra income to pay all the co-pays.
Oh, yeah.
But if I go on my husband's insurance, I won't get a provider. Because private insurance does not pay for provider services. The only company that pays for provider services is Medicaid.
That's weird.
Yeah. And I need a provider because I can't do a lot by myself. So
that doesn't make sense.
I know, like because I looked into it, like I questioned it because I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just go my husband's insurance. And they're like, no, you have to pay for provider services out of pocket if you don't have Medicaid. And it's $4,000 a month. And that's like $500 more, close to $500 more than what my husband makes in a month.
Hi, Grinder.
So, because my husband makes between $35,000 to $4,000 depending on how many hours they give him. So that's his full income for the whole month. We can't.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane. That makes no sense whatsoever. See, when they first, I was on Medicare. Sorry, not Medicare, Medicaid. And yes, there's a difference, but we're not getting into that because it's very confusing.
Yes. Well, it is.
Because I always say the wrong one when I'm talking about the other one, so I know.
Medicare doesn't even provide the services either.
Medicare is
a
joke.
Because for a little while I had both, because when my mom died I got survival benefits. But I lost my survival benefits like 3, 4 when I got me, it was years ago. And I still had my SSI. But this year I lost my SSI. So that's why my Medicaid going, because I had Medicaid based off of SSI.
This sucks. It
Um,
absolutely sucks.
So, the only thing I really care about is I have a lot of medical issues, and then I need my provider for I need medication for provider services.
Yeah.
And
when they had remember when they had the big thing where everyone had to have insurance? For the longest time, people, you didn't have to have insurance. That was your thing. That was your stick. The only problem is some people like me knew how it worked. And basically, if you went to the emergency room, they had to see you.
Yeah.
Whether you could pay them or not. And so the government ate a lot of that money. So this was supposed to get everyone health care. No, it wasn't. It was, and I don't usually get political, but I'm going to get a little political here. They weren't trying to do universal health care because this is not universal health care. No. This is demanding that everyone pays the insurance companies.
Yep.
But before that, I would weigh my options. When I was working, I'd weigh my options. If it cost me this much a month to have insurance, how much a month would I spend at the doctor's office if I paid out of pocket? And in all honesty, most of the time, I would spend way less money if I just self-paid. So, and I have stuff that I have to deal with.
Yeah.
And it's still cheaper.
It is. So just for my husband and my son to have medical insurance with job, it's $104 a month. That comes out of his paycheck. And then my son's medications alone for 1 month is over $100. And
one of my medications is over $300 a month.
And then my husband's insulin costs a lot. So we pay a lot of out of pocket for copay for both of them. And I try to get all my medications refilled before my Medicaid ended. The end of the month. So I make sure I have medications for both. Because I take 10 different medications.
It's crazy. Healthcare system in this country is crazy. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure it all out. My husband, we have to, will put you on my insurance, but that doesn't help with the provider services.
Right.
It helps with my medical, and I need medical insurance, but I also need my provider services.
Every time anyone in the government tries to put their nose in our business, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, I know.
They always you should receive home health care for all of you. Each one of you should have home health care. And I'm like, yeah, we should. I've only been dealing with this for over 20 years. I know what we need.
Yeah.
And so they'll line it all up, but it'll never get approved. It never gets approved.
Well, they wanted me to put my son on
disability.
Yeah, but he doesn't qualify because they wanted him to get on it when I was in the process of losing mine. And the people basically said, well, if he's losing yours, there's no way he's going to qualify. I was like, when I was sick, that's why I didn't apply. You know?
I have to apply for my youngest. We thought we're going to be able to mainstream him. It's not going to happen.
My son is mainstream, but he has a 504 plan. Because my school district refused to give him an IP. But the 504 plan's fine, because it's the same shit.
I was just going to say, it's the same thing, different name.
I'm about to call
No, my neighbor's asking me how I got my kid helper.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Even though most of our kids who are special needs really need to have an assistant at school.
Yes. So
but they don't want to pay for them.
Yeah, no, they don't. So that's what I did when I worked in the school.
Mm-hmm.
I basically was the assistant for that.
Mm-hmm.
My son doesn't have an assistant, but the teacher has to have my son with them at all times. And then they complain. And I'm like, well, give him an assistant.
Give him an assistant.
And then he's been having a lot more meltdowns because of the whole home things. It's a lot for him.
Mine too.
Because this is his safe place, and to introduce teens into the home, he's having a lot more issues with that. So the school's having issues with him, so I had to tell them what was going on.
Yeah, mine. I finally said to the teachers, we cannot come pick him up every time. Because he is smart, and he knows that if he pulls this shit, y'all are going to call us, and we're going to pick him up, and he's going to go home where he wants to be. And I'm not going to make his life a living hell at the house, because that's his house. That's his home.
Yeah, so that's the one thing we don't do. We don't pick him up. They just give him basically a safe place for him to self-soothe.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be fine.
Yeah, like they have clamshells. They're noise dampeners, for those of you who don't know. They look like headphones, but they're not plugged into anything. I use his sometimes when my house gets too crazy. And I don't even have that sensory issue. Yeah. It's just my house is loud. Like my mom can't stand it. She about goes nuts. And hubby actually had a decibel meter and measured the decibels our house gets to. It's like at the decibel level that Hitler used for torturing people. Yeah. I'm like, well, no wonder I'm a little nuts.
See, I have a sensory issue. And I know I've been very overstimulated the last couple of weeks. But it makes sense with everything, with the flows and then...
Right.
Extending the family. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I just have to be like... And I do everything. Like, I run the whole house, so... If I'm overstimulated, Mason feeds off of me, and he gets overstimulated, so it's a lot.
Yeah. I had to go sit with my youngest the other day out in the living room at 4:30 in the morning because he just would not stop. He would not stop. And then he started yelling at his sister who was asleep. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. It took about 5 minutes. He laid his head down on my chest and I squeezed him really tight and I let go and he was out.
So honestly, when Mason is overstimulated in the middle of the night and my husband's on nights, I let him lay down with me.
Right.
I could get him to go back to sleep, but if my husband on days and he's in the bed, I have to get up and go in there with Mason. The only good thing is when he's on days, he wakes up at 4 in the morning. My husband does. And that's usually the time that Mason gets up. So they'll kind of work out why I can get him to lay down in the bed. But I'm
crazy some of the stuff we do. Hubby still goes sits with the oldest, and he's 21.
Yeah, and I'm the only one who could get Mason to calm down because my husband, he's double heel, so he doesn't know how to handle it. He's literally double heel.
Right.
When he's on nights, he's gone from 5 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. My son leaves for school at 7:30. So my husband barely gets home to tell him bye. And then my son gets home at 3:15. My husband wakes up at 3 to get ready for work. And he leaves at 5 p.m. So it's only, like an hour and a half that they're even in the same location together. And my husband is about to get ready, and when he eats before he leaves. So there's not really a lot of interaction between him and Mason. And then when he's on days, he leaves at 5 a.m. My son will wake up at 7, and he gets home at 7:30 at night, and Mason goes to 8. So there's not a lot of interaction between them. Only on Sundays. That's the only day my husband's really here on Sunday. So it's a lot. I handle everything.
Proud of you. That's all I got. I'm really proud of you.
And then what I can't deal with my niece is my provider, and she helps.
Right.
But without having my niece here, it's gonna be hard. Like I'm gonna be a lot.
I miss having my extra hands around the house.
So before my mom died, she was technically my provider because we lived in my parents lived next door to me. So my dad still lived there. And my niece lived with my dad. But before my mom died, my mom she was scared for me to do anything, even though I knew how, but she would take over. So she was like, I'm quicker at it, I can do it quicker. So my mom did a lot. So it was different because I really didn't have to worry about anything because it was done. And then when she died, I got pregnant 7 months after she died. And she was like sick for the last year of her life. She was bedridden, so she didn't do anything.
Right.
So that whole dynamic of my mom taking care of everybody changed. And because my siblings were very spoiled by her, and it's kind of hard to say because I wasn't spoiled. I was kind of pushed so that I could be independent.
Right.
So I wasn't given a lot, but they were given whatever they wanted. So my siblings are extremely spoiled. And after my mom died, they basically had nobody to clean up their mess. And that's why they are how they are now.
Right.
There's just nobody there to clean up after them. So I guess that's why I'm real strong-headed and independent because I was supposed to be. Because my parents didn't want me to rely on them. So, and my dad doesn't do anything. He doesn't help with that.
Mine either.
Yeah.
My father was there for when I was born.
Yeah. My dad was physically there, but he wasn't.
Well, he was physically there until I was 9. Technically.
My parents got divorced when I was a month before I turned 17. And I thought they should never got investigated. They got investigated on my 18th birthday. I thought this is not what I asked for.
My parents ever wanted to get back together, I'd be like, oh no. No.
My mom and dad got married. My mom it was a month after she turned 16, and it was a month after she turned 17. And my mom,
wow.
and my mom
That's too young.
And she was 8 months pregnant with my brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bit of a shotgun marriage.
And it was the 80s. It was the 80s. Because they got me in 1980. They had all three of us by the time my mom was 18. My mom was 18 when she had me in 19. My dad was 19. And I'm the youngest of the three.
Wow, that's young. I can't even imagine. Hubby and I were talking about, wouldn't it be cool if we would have met earlier? And I'm like, you know what? If I met you any earlier, I would not be ready. I would totally not be ready to have the life we have now.
I got with my husband for the first time when we were 14, a month before we turned 15. But we had, in our 20s, we had a lot of time in between where we would break up and so we got to grow without each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helped a lot.
Hubby and I were friends. And then we started dating.
Yeah.
And then I moved in. And then I got pregnant. And I said, fine, I'll marry you.
So I got pregnant and you left. So I went through my whole pregnancy by myself. He did not meet our son until Mason was 4 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And then he took responsibility for Mason. He was a weekend dad until Mason was a year old, and then he moved in with us. And then we didn't get married until Mason was 3. So he lived here for a few years before we got married. Well,
Hubby and I became inseparable. We kind of still are inseparable.
Yeah.
Like we went up north when we only had the one kid.
Yeah.
For evacuation. We thought, well, since we're driving, we're going to Michigan and seeing my family up there. So we were staying, and so he and my stepfather came back down to take care of anything before we came back, if any repairs or stuff needed to be made. That was one of the hardest weeks of my life. Because I was so used to having him around.
So now I don't think I could have him not be here, because even though he's here so little, I couldn't imagine he'll be gone for
longer than what he is already. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we both grew up in very unstable environments.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed the time to grow by ourselves. I don't think if we had that time to grow by ourselves, we wouldn't be married now.
Right, which hubby and I had before we met, basically. We both did. Because I was older.
Exactly, but we grew up together, so it's different. It was a whole lot different, because we were both...
Yeah, because what was I, 28 when they had the kid?
Yeah.
27? 28.
I had Mason
something like that.
A few months before I turned 31. So I was almost 31 when I had him. But I think living my 20s without a kid was the best thing I could have done.
I agree. That was the best thing I ever did. I lived a lot of life in that little span of time. A lot of life. I had a lot of freedom. Yeah. I could do a lot of things because it was just me I had to worry about. Yeah. I didn't have a significant other to worry about most of the time. I had a couple, but most of the time it was just me.
And I think it was easier because I had my siblings' kids all the time.
I was 29.
So I didn't need my own kids because I had kids.
I took care of everybody's kids.
Yeah, so
Honestly, I don't care for kids.
I don't either.
I'm not a good kid person unless they're a special kid.
Yeah.
There's some kids that grab my heart, but like teaching children, like teaching in elementary school was not going to happen for me ever. If I taught, it would either be high school or college. That's it.
See, my degree is early childhood education. So it's elementary.
And
they're
evil. They're evil little fuckers.
I loved it before I had my son. I loved it, but because I got to give them back. But now, I
would take care of certain kids. Now, some of my friends' kids I didn't like. Do not get me wrong, but some of my friends' kids, they're a handful that I really adored and I treated like my own.
Yep.
And I would have them for days sometimes and whatever. And I take them everywhere with me. No, I didn't care. They can come with me wherever I go. And that was cool. But I never thought, I don't know my parents' age, but I know their birthdays. My mom was born August 13th. I don't know what year. But my dad was born July 14th, 1971. I was born in 73.
My dad is born in 63. Technically, both these are 20 years apart. But my dad turned 20 when I was like 5 months old. 5 or 6 months old. So I turned 40 in June, and in September my dad turned 60. So my dad is only 50 years old, and his children are, my sister's...
He's 10 years older than me.
My sister's 42, my brother's 43, and I'll be 41 in a couple months. So he's pretty young to have kids as old as he does.
Yeah, to have adult kids, he's still young.
And
it blows my mind when I think about my oldest. I'm like, holy shit, I have a full-grown man in my house.
My oldest niece is 21. My father's oldest brother is 21. That's my provider. And the youngest grandchild is my son. And he'll be 10 next month. So he has 6 grandkids between the ages of 21 and 10. He's not 10 yet, but he will be in April, so. But
my mom was so excited that I was ready to have kids. When I told her I was pregnant at 4:30 in the morning, she was like, really? Really? And, kind of like that. Are you serious or are you being an asshole kind of thing? And then, oh my God, you're serious.
So,
and then we left for a week for Wisconsin for a week.
Nobody wanted me to have my son. Everybody wanted me to abort him because they didn't think I could do it being physically disabled. So nobody supported.
Were they worried that you weren't going to make it through the birthing process? Or that you wouldn't be able to care for him?
Yeah, that I wouldn't be able to care for him.
Crazy.
And so, my father offered to pay you abort. Yeah. And, so my whole pregnancy, nobody supported me. Nobody let me enjoy it.
That would have sucked.
It sucked. It was horrible.
That would suck.
Nobody.
I wish I was closer. I would have come beat some people up and hold your hand.
And then so I did it by myself because I didn't have my husband at the time. Like I was by myself with this pregnancy. And then after I had my son, they were like, you can't do this, and I can't do that. And I spoke them wrong because nobody helped me. I did it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they're like, well, you can't take them to the doctor because I can't lie. I go, it doesn't matter. I can't take them because I can't even take myself to the doctor. That me having a baby doesn't change the fact that I've never been able to drive. So why is that? Why is that even an argument?
Yeah.
So I just quit. I never asked for help.
Well, when I got pregnant, before I got pregnant, hubby asked me to marry him, and I said, "Don't ever ask me that question." I still don't really believe in marriage.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I don't like the legal aspects of it. I think it's crap.
Yeah.
I can say to somebody, "I'm devoted to you for my entire life in front of an audience," and mean it, and not need a legal paper to say that that's what it is.
Being married and being disabled is the hardest thing because you lose everything. And just because I'm married doesn't mean I'm not disabled and don't need help.
Right.
Because I don't know how the government expects anybody to live off of one income in today's economy.
You can't. We're in the we are in the worst depression America has ever seen.
Exactly. And then people like, when your husband makes the money, I go, but he's supposed to 3 people. $4,000 is not really for 3 people. Like, we pay we pay like $700 a month alone for groceries.
Oh yeah. You're better. Your grocery bill is a lot better than mine, but I have 5 people. And my kids are adults.
Okay, so that was $700 for 3 people. Now we have 4 people, so
it's gonna go up almost double.
Yeah,
I swear it doubles whenever you add one more person.
And see, so a teenager with puberty, so we have to do the whole monthly stuff, and it's a lot that nobody thinks about that you have to cover.
Right.
And we don't have any. I can honestly say we have no government assistance right now because I only have Medicaid.
Right.
So we're not on any kind of assistance for anything. My husband pays for everything.
Yeah, that's rough.
And then people were like bitching at me about not having money for the flows because of income tax. I go, we had to replace the water heater. That was $1,000. We pay land taxes. It's almost $2,000. That's $3,000 for zero and gone. We had to pay. We had to buy all new stuff for the child.
Right.
And that was almost $1,000. And then we paid for half of the flows. And then we had to buy groceries, and then we had to pay some of the bills because my husband lost some hours last month. So we had to get caught up on all this stuff, and people act like it's easy.
It's not. Dating is not easy.
All that money went gone in like a week, honestly, because of everything we had to pay for.
Yeah, I'm excited over a keychain that I'm getting.
Yeah.
That says something. I'm getting a keychain.
Yeah, and my husband has to wear steel-toe boots for work. So we had to get those. They're like $300 for a good pair of boots. And then I have an AirPod voice, so I can't just wear any shoes.
Right.
So shoes, and I can't wear cheap shoes because of the way I walk. So
I paid $50 for my son's shoes. That's more than I usually pay for my own shoes.
So a good pair of shoes for me to last a year is close to $100.
Right. Well, that's what I said. I said I'm getting him a pair of good shoes that he can wear for at least a year. Because I'm not throwing $15, $20 a month. That's crazy.
Exactly. And so my son here the growth spurt, so we had to buy him all new stuff too. So I'm like, people act like we blew the money. I'm like, no, you have no idea. We got nothing fun with that money.
It was not fun.
It was no fun. We went out to eat once.
Yeah. That's like this month we had Chinese.
Yeah.
Maybe next month we'll have pizza.
Yeah.
Most of the time we do 1 or 2 things maybe. Because there's 5 of us. We can afford it.
Yeah. And I'm like, now that the 4 more, I'm like, act like he makes a lot of money when it comes to bills and stuff. I'm like, By the time we get done paying bills and buying groceries, we'll left we have
Right.
$200 left from the paycheck, and that's his gas money for the next few weeks.
Yep.
Because
Crazy.
he works almost an hour away from us. It's like 45 minutes to get to his job. So, I look at people like, yeah, act like war here boiling without the money. I'm like, no. And I don't do anything but pay bills and buy groceries.
Yep.
I don't get.
That's just the normal now, though. People who can do more than that, you're living a good life, people.
And
Be
no,
thankful.
and then they ask about my makeup. I go, do y'all realize I haven't bought makeup in like a year?
I haven't bought makeup in almost 2 years.
All my makeup was gifts. Oh, I won a makeup contest.
Yes.
I don't get to buy makeup on time. I'm like, the only thing I replace is like concealer or mascara, but that's like every like 6 months.
Well, and then there's self-care stuff that is so expensive. You know, shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, toothpaste. People are like, you know.
And I'm allergic to coconut, so buying shampoo is a bitch. Because everything you get at the drugstore has coconut.
Yeah.
So I have to order my shampoo. And my shampoo is like $10 a bottle. Because it's the only one we can find without coconut that works for my hair.
Yeah, I use Dr. Bonner's Castile soap. I'm sick of just figuring out what's in other things.
So I use it's Mark Anthony for curly hair, and it works for me. So
if it works for you, go for it.
I've been using it for like 4 years already.
Well, Dr. Bonner's is my wash. I don't use it in my hair often because it strips it.
So,
I don't want to overdo that.
So, like body wash, we use ivory.
I'm allergic to ivory.
You know,
it has lanolin in it.
Yeah, it does.
And that does my body does not like the sheep.
So we use ivory, the body wash. All of us, everybody.
Ivory is a great and don't take that as a disclaimer. Anyone who's listening, ivory is a great soap. It is because it's very much a minimalist soap.
Yeah.
I use Dr. Bonner's, which is a Castile soap, which again has very, very limited ingredients.
Well,
but I can't use the tallow that's in it.
Yeah.
Tallow is the wax that's on the sheep fur.
Yeah.
That makes it easy to spin and work with.
Yeah, I can use that. I just can't actually wear anything with C4, like made with C4, because they get your ass.
Yeah, I get so itchy.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if I use something with that in it, that tallow in it, it's like I got burned, like 2nd-degree burns.
Yeah, I guess
terrible.
Itchy with that because I knew I'm itchy with it so much. I deal with the actual hair.
Yeah.
And
I can do Angora, but my mom can't do Angora either.
So I bought me new deodorant last week, like the clinical strength, and it's secret, which I've always used secret, but I'm allergic to something they put in the clinical strength. So
I used Secret for the longest time, and about 20 years ago, they changed their formula, and I don't know what's in it, but it makes me break out.
So whatever they put in the clinical strength that's not in the one that I wear, I'm allergic to it. My own pits are all red, and
I use Dove, the one under the professional. They have one that's like a physician's something.
Yeah. So
and they have one right under that. That's the one I use, the cucumber one.
Well, Dove doesn't do anything for me.
Well, for me, it's basically that's the best I can get. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
So the only secret I can wear is the gel one that outlast.
Oh,
I can do this. But the one I bought is a powder formula, so I don't know if there's no coconut in it. I double checked, but there's something that the only way that I can.
it might be nickel
It could
or
be,
aluminum.
yeah, but
Aluminum gets me every time, and I can't remember what it's called. When you look on the ingredients, it's
Yeah.
not called aluminum. It's something else.
yeah, I know what you mean. I need to double check though, because my husband double checked on coconut oil. There's not coconut oil in it,
Right.
so there's no coconut in it. There's no aspect of coconut in it.
When I was a teenager, the big thing was Teen Spirit. And if y'all have ever listened to Nirvana Has, that's
I
actually
had
deodorant brand by
I
Menon.
had
And they had all different flavors. Like the
Yeah.
smells were amazing. I cannot
Yeah.
use it. Anything by Menon is
so
off the boards. I cannot use it. I was so mad when I was a kid.
I had Teen Spirit as a kid because it
Yeah.
was still out in the 80s and the 90s.
Mhm.
It went away like in the mid 90s.
Well, one of my favorite shampoos in the 90s was Citrusshine, and it was wonderful. It was great for curly hair,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And then when I went to go get it again, because I'd buy the big bottles and get the anti-frizz stuff, they
Yeah.
had some of the best anti-frizz stuff. The little bit of gel that you just warm up in your
Yeah, I
hand.
knew it about.
I love that stuff. I went back to get more and it was gone. Nobody had it. It
Yeah.
no longer existed. Like a month and it was gone.
In the 90s, my mom was obsessed with mane and tail. So
Everybody
because-
got obsessed with mane and tail. And I had to tell them, if you want your hair to feel like a mane or a tail, you obviously didn't have horses growing up.
Yeah. Well, I actually did work on my curly hair. Like, my hair wasn't horrible.
It weighs down my hair. It's too heavy.
It does.
hmm
And
I
then,
tried
my
it
mom,
once.
and then my mom used Pantene. We had to use
Pantene's terrible for your hair,
They
and
did
everybody uses
terrible.
it. It's absolutely terrible. I
No.
use it sometimes. In all honesty, I buy it sometimes when it's on sale because it doesn't have anything I'm actually allergic to.
Yeah.
It's just not a really good.
But in the 90s, everybody was up on Pantene.
hmm It smelled good. That's what. And that's why it got so popular. Is because it smells good. There's like in the late 80s.
Yeah.
It was an herbal essence that had that
Yes.
apple smell.
Yes.
Every girl I know used that, and I do not like that smell. I don't like that candy. I do not like that
I
flavor.
don't like herbal essence, period. That shit would burn my head. I could never use herbal essence.
It was, or was it? They had like different numbers on them.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't herbal essence.
I know what you're talking about.
But anyway, one summer I went on this whitewater rafting trip, and it was fun. It was the only time I've ever done it, and I would so do it again, even at my age now, because it was fun. And there was caves. I think we were in Tennessee, and there were caves. And so we're going to the caves, and the tour guide's like, and I know there's a really popular shampoo that a lot of you use that smells like apples. Well, the bats like it. And I started laughing. I'm like, y'all are screwed.
So since I have psoriasis in my scalp, there's a lot of shampoos I couldn't use because it would set my hair on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So even now, like, I have to watch what goes in my hair.
I have psoriasis on my scalp, which is terrible,
That's
especially when I
okay.
have long hair. I don't
All
like my
right.
hair short.
I gotta go retreat.
Okay, well, we're done anyways. We overstayed our welcome as we usually do. Thanks for hopping on. We'll see everyone tonight for Cards Against Humanity. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It's by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.